Right. Today we are discussing about what electromagnetic waves. Definitely one question guarantee is there, but definitely that question may be what from our discussion. That is minimum question. First, all points about what electromagnetic waves. First, in case of electromagnetic waves, responsible particle is photon. Photon, that is photon, but its rest mass and its charge is 0. Its rest mass and charge is what? 0. But any photon is there, it's a radiation particle. Energy of the photon means what? Don't write what half into m into v square. It's a radiation particle. Energy of the photon is what? M into c square. But mass of the photon nobody knows. We can write what? M into c, where m into c is what? Momentum, that is p into, that is energy of the photon can be written as momentum of the photon into c. First question directly, a photon energy is what? Some value given 10 electron volts. What is its momentum asked? P is equal to E by C. Or a photon momentum given, right? What is energy? Means what? Energy is equal to P into C. This photon is particle, radiation particle, energy of the photon is equal to what? P into C. This photon incident on any surface, that surface is what? Polished surface, or this is what? Polished or reflected surface, polished surface or reflected surface. Immediately surface exerting force on the photons, photon is what? Reflected back as it is. Because of this, what is momentum carried per unit time? What is momentum carried per unit time? Ask means what? Momentum carried per unit time. Newton's second law, F is equal to dp by dt. Momentum carried per unit time is called what? Force. That is what? Force. Momentum carried per unit time is called what? Force. But force per unit area is called what? Pressure. Force per unit area is called what? Pressure. But intensity can be written as power, that is power by area. But based on this formulas, directly we can write what? Any photon is incident normally on a surface. Surface is what? Polished surface or reflected surface. Then force exerted by the radiation, which is equal to 2IA by C. Why 2IA by C? Means what? One is incident, other is what? Reflected. But force per unit area is called what? Pressure. What is pressure exerted by the radiation? That is equal to 2I by C. Condition: a photon of intensity, light of intensity I is incident on a polished surface. What a force exerted the radiation means what? F is equal to IA by C. But second condition, if surface is what? Absorber, or it is not mirror, it is not polished, it is not refractive, what? It is absorber. That time only one is there. Force exerted the radiation is equal to IA by C. Then pressure exerted the radiation, force per unit is equal to pressure, that is equal to I by C. This is one important formula. Right. Once that is completed, in electromagnetic waves, responsible particle is what? Photon. But photon rest mass is and charge is what? 0. Energy of the photon is equal to what? P into what? C. Any electromagnetic wave is propagating in a medium. In that wave, that is E field. E field means what? Electric field is there. And B field means what? Magnetic field is there. Electric field is there and magnetic field is there. But how there? That means, listen, electromagnetic wave propagation, we are representing electric field and magnetic field. But electric field, electromagnetic wave propagation, angle between electric field and magnetic field, that is E bar dot B bar is equal to what? 0. That is their orientation is what? Perpendicular. Orientation different. Orientation is what? Perpendicular. Orientation is what? Perpendicular. What is angle between orientation of electric field and magnetic field means what? It is 90 degrees. Two vectors are what? 90 degrees. Then dot product E bar dot V bar is equal to 0. But any electric field, if you are representing wave, any wave representation x is equal to a sin omega t plus or minus what kx you are representing. Same here, E bar, that is E bar can be written as, we can write what E naught into sin omega t minus k into x into j. What is this physical meaning? That physical meaning is what? This is E naught is amplitude of electric field, amplitude of E field. Amplitude means what? It is maximum value amplitude. But omega is what? Angular frequency. K is what? Propagation constant. Between omega t and kx, between omega t and kx, negative sign indicate, that is negative sign indicates traveling along positive x direction. Already you know this point from what waves. Negative sign indicates traveling along positive x direction. Electromagnetic waves are traveling along what? Positive x direction. But where J means what? Electric field is oscillating along what? Y axis. Definitely electric field, magnetic field and propagation, these three are perpendicular. Propagation is along what? X axis. Electric field is along what? Y axis. Definitely magnetic field is either plus z axis or minus z axis. But how to write magnetic field means what? C is equal to, we know, E naught by B naught, where E naught is what? Electric field, B naught is what? Magnetic field, but E naught and B naught is what? Peak values. But if you want to write to RMS values means what? E by B. This is instantaneous, it's not instant, it's RMS. It is also what? RMS. Amplitude means what? Maximum value. C is equal to E naught by B naught. But once B naught direction, propagation of the electromagnetic wave, that is X bar and term. Propagation of the electromagnetic wave is parallel to E bar cross B bar. Propagation of the electromagnetic wave is what? Parallel to E bar cross B bar. But propagation, already propagation is along what direction? What? Plus x. Plus x is what? I can write what? I. But electric field direction is what? J. That is what? J. Magnetic field is what? Question mark. What is that? Question mark means what? Either plus k or minus k. But immediately don't take what? Any chances. If you write cross product you are dealing. I j k. I cross j is what? K, j cross k is what? I. But here I am assuming first what? K, j cross k is equal to I. My assumption is what? Correct. That is what? K. K means what? Magnetic field is what? Present along what axis? What? Plus z axis. But how to write the magnetic field expression? That is B bar is equal to what? B naught. But how to write B naught means what? B naught is equal to E naught by C. Remaining function as it is, that is what? Sin into omega t minus what? Kx. But magnetic field is along what? Z direction. This can be written as what? Plus k. That is what? Plus k. Now listen, phase. What is the meaning of what? Phase. Phase is related to what? Frequency. Phase is related to frequency. Phase related to frequency means what? Electric field frequency is what? Omega. Magnetic field frequency is also what? Omega. What is the phase difference? What is the phase difference between electric field and magnetic field? Ask means what? This angle minus this angle. That time phase difference becomes what? 0. That is condition. What is angle between what? Electric field and magnetic field? Asked. No doubt 90 degrees. They are perpendicular to each other. Then dot product E bar dot B bar is equal to 0. And E bar given and B bar given, definitely one unknown is there. In that question what unknown asks means what? E bar dot B bar calculate what? That is equated to 0, get the unknown. And electric field given, magnetic field expression asked, propagation is parallel to E bar cross what? B bar. Right, E bar cross what? B bar. Propagation. But what is the phase difference between what? Electric field and magnetic field asked? That is what? 0. That is 0. Right. By seeing these expressions, trigonometric function sin omega t, if condition of the problem is what? They will give. That is, condition is this way, they will give. E bar is equal to electric field is equal to 6 into 10 power 6 Newton per Coulomb into sin into 20 pi t minus 30 into x. This way they will close this, and that is what? J. That is Newton per coulomb that way. Student is what? By seeing that equation, that is what sign function. Very simple equation, very simple equation. What is amplitude of electric field asked? Amplitude, that is E naught, is equal to just 6 into 10 power what? 6 in Newton per coulomb. What is amplitude of magnetic field asked? That is C is equal to E naught by B naught. That is B naught is equal to E naught. 6 into 10 power 6 by speed of light 3 into 10 power what? 8. That is 2 into 10 power what? Minus 2 Tesla. Now, what is B bar expression asked? B bar is equal to 2 into 10 power what? Minus 2 Tesla. This function as it is, that function sine into 20 pi t minus 30 into x, that is as it is, but direction, but propagation, right? Propagation is parallel to E bar cross what? B bar, but x bar, E bar, already E bar direction is what? J, that is what? E bar is what? J. Magnetic field is what? Unknown, but x bar between omega t and kx, negative sign. But kx first or omega t second, or omega t first and kx second, doesn't make any difference. But between omega t and kx, you want to check the sign. That is what? Negative sign traveling along positive. I is parallel to compulsory. J cross k, you can indicate this is the expression. But sometimes, what is just RMS value of electric field asked? RMS value means what? Peak value is what? 6 into 10 power 6. ERMS, root mean square values is equal to what? Peak value E naught by root 2. E naught is equal to 6 into 10 power what? 6 by root 2. 6 into 10 power 6 by root 2. This way we can write 3 points. Angle between electric field and magnetic field, that is orientation is 90 degrees. What is the phase difference between electric field and magnetic field? 0. Electric field expression given, magnetic field expression asked. You can write. And propagation is what? Parallel to E bar cross what? B bar given. By seeing equation between omega t and kx, electromagnetic wave traveling along what direction also you can identify. Right. Next point is, and energy density. Energy density means what? Whenever electric energy and magnetic energy, in case of electromagnetic wave propagation, intensity of the electromagnetic wave is equal to U average into C. That is average energy density into what? C. That is what? Intensity wave means what? If you take what? Electromagnetic wave having what? Electric field and magnetic field. Energy density in terms of electric field is half into epsilon naught into E square. What is energy density in terms of magnetic field means what? B square by 2 into mu naught. But capacitor stores energy in terms of what? Electric field. Inductors can store energy in terms of what? Magnetic field. But inductor stores energy in terms of magnetic field, capacitor, that's what? From energy density half into epsilon. But this U total asked, U total means what? Which is equal to UE plus UB. But mathematical expression says that what? For any electromagnetic wave propagation, energy density distributed equally between electric field and magnetic field. UE is equal to UB. What is the ratio of what? UE by UB asked, that is equal to 1:1. And that is U total energy density is equal to UE value half into epsilon into E square. UB also what? Same value. We can write what? Epsilon naught into E square. This is the total energy density of the what? Electromagnetic wave. Careful. But where V is what? RMS. Where E is what? RMS. But E naught is what? Amplitude given. That time ERMS relation already I told. ERMS is equal to E naught by root 2. We can write epsilon naught into E naught square by 2. Right. Same question in capacitors asked. There is a capacitor, electric field is what? E, what energy stored, energy density asked, half into epsilon into E square. Energy density means what? Energy per unit volume. But just only energy asked, half into epsilon into E square into volume. How to find out volume means what? Area of the plate into distance. Area of the plate into what? Distance. Same inductor, inductor given, area of cross section given, L given. That's what solenoid given. What energy asked first b square by 2 mu naught is what energy density, but energy per unit volume send that side, volume is equal to area of cross section into what, length of the solenoid we can write. But intensity of the electromagnetic wave can be written as what, u total is what, epsilon naught into e square into c. What is E? Student is what, more confusion. Some of the books is what, E naught square by 2 given, E naught into E square into C. There is no confusion. E naught square by 2 means what? They are specifying amplitude. Just E means what? Just electric field. Electric field means what? It is RMS. But intensity is equal to epsilon naught into E square into C. But intensity of the any electric bulb, suppose this bulb is there, this bulb emits what, electromagnetic radiations, but this bulb is assumed to what, point source. Once a point source, intensity can be written as what, power by area. But any point source emits, the waves is what, this way, it is what, spherical, P by 4 pi into R square, that is P by 4 pi into R square, that is equal to epsilon naught into E square into C. Based on this, one more important point, in case of electromagnetic wave, electric field at a distance you want to find out, that is E square proportional to 1 by R square, that is E proportional to 1 by R, E1 by E2 is equal to R2 by R1. If condition of the problem, a bulb emits electromagnetic wave radiation, but at a distance d, electric field is E naught. What is electric field? At a distance is what, 2d. E1 by E2 is equal to what, R2 by R1. R, a bulb emits electromagnetic wave radiation. Intensity of the electric field at a distance is what, d, proportional to 1 by d or 1 by d square, or that given means what, it is what, 1 by d. Right, it's clear. How to use this formula? P by 4 pi R square into epsilon naught into E square. I think the question area also what we can expect. The question area is what, from NEET papers what, it's a regular question, minimum what, 2 to 3 questions from this area. Under 2 to 3 questions means what, condition. One time question is what, there is a capacitor plate, area of the plate is what, A, distance between the plates is what, D. What is energy stored between the capacitor? Capacitor stores energy in terms of electric field. First formula, energy density half into epsilon naught into E square is equal to energy by volume, but volume can be written as A into D, half into epsilon naught into E square into A into D, right. Now, this is, once electric field is there, magnetic field if you want to find out, C is equal to just what, E by B. This is one important area. What is energy density of the electromagnetic wave asked? Means they are asking what, total, epsilon naught into E square. But what is energy density in terms of electric field asked? Half into epsilon naught E square, but where E is what, RMS, right. Next point is, that is main point is, intensity of the electromagnetic wave is formula we got, intensity of the electromagnetic wave epsilon naught into E square into C. But power of the bulb, if condition is what, power of the bulb is what, P, but at a distance is what, R. Find amplitude of electric field asked, amplitude of what, electric field, but intensity P by bulb is assumed to be what, point source, which is equal to 4 pi into R square, but they are asking amplitude, amplitude means what, we can write what, E naught square by 2 into C, this 2 times, that is P by 2 pi into R square by C into epsilon naught under root, that is what, E naught. Just electric field asked, P by 4 pi R square into epsilon naught into E square into what, C. And in order to this, electromagnetic wave spectrum, electromagnetic spectrum is what, gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, and violet, indigo, blue, and what, green, and what, all rays traveling, all colors traveling in vacuum with the speed of light, and microwave principle and electromagnetic wave spectrum you will read only from what, NCERT textbook. That is what, more information about what, EM waves. Okay. Answer? 550. Chala type.